רעבים בישראל. קשישים מחפשים אוכל ברחובות, אמהות רעבות, תלמידים רעבים, תינוקות רעבים.
11 ילדים. נשארו לי 8. אין, אני יום שאין לי מה לאכול גם. השבת לא היה לי מה לאכול.
When hunger pangs become severe, people wander around Jerusalem's open marketplace, Machane Yehuda, in search of scraps of food. Each day, more and more people join the masses of the poor. These are Israeli citizens who suddenly find themselves in a very embarrassing situation. Their electricity and water have been cut off, and in some cases they have been evicted from their homes, left with no hope in their hearts, with no assistance from anyone, and without any desire or strength to go on fighting. The Karmei Ha'ir open restaurant, located adjacent to the Machane Yehuda marketplace, the Israeli capital's center of activity and commerce, has opened its doors in order to restore to needy Israelis their dignity, to give them renewed hope and a little light in their lives, to supply them with a daily hot meal, and to help them contend with their problems and survive with pride in their hearts.
אנשים מחפשים בחש, יבואו למקומות האלה, יאכלו לפחות, כמו בני אדם.
באים לכאן ילדים קטנים שאין להם אוכל.
אנחנו משפחה חד-הורית, באמת שלנו לומדת ומנסה קצת לעבוד.
כל הזמן אנחנו מקבלים לבית אוכל, ואני לוקחת לפעמים אחרי הלימודים ועכשיו אוכל לאחים שלי. אנחנו 5 אחים בבית.
For many of Karmei Ha'ir's patrons, this is the only place where they can get a hot meal each and every day. At the end of the meal, no bill is presented. Instead, we have a large box with a slot. Some of our patrons pay with a smile. Some leave a letter of thanks. We will never know which of these patrons is a laborer with very limited means, a successful merchant, or an impoverished individual who has become a victim of Israel's current security and economic situation.
לכאורה היא מסעדה רגילה בירושלים, אבל בעצם לא ממש, כי המסעדה הזו היא גם בית תמחוי. כלומר, אם יש כסף, משלמים. אם אין, אז לא.
אדם לא מת מרעב, אדם מת מבושה.
זה אוכל ממש של מסעדה על רמה.
התחושה היא שאנשים לא מגיעים רק כדי לאכול, אלא כדי לקבל בחזרה את כבודם.
לא יודע בלעדי זה מה יכולתי לעשות.
אנשים חולים שממשיכים ללכת לעבודה ואז הם לא זכאים לשום הטבה, לשום דרך, וזה אני יודעת גם מניסיון אישי שלי. אנשים שעקב הסתבכות כזו או אחרת, המשכורות שלהם מעוקלות, ולפרוטוקול יש להם כסף, אבל בעצם אין להם.
The Karmei Ha'ir open restaurant was established as the spontaneous initiative of good-hearted people who felt the immense pain created by the present state of affairs and who wanted to do something. They soon mobilized many others who were prepared to volunteer their services, including the celebrated chef of a well-known Jerusalem restaurant, Eucalyptus, Moshe Basson.
כשזה בא מהלב והולך ללב ויש הרבה לבבות, יש נכונות מדהימה.
As well as food merchants, waiters and waitresses, and other citizens who have put their heart and soul into this project. Karmei Ha'ir's regular patrons are Israelis from every walk of life. Soldiers without families, single mothers of small infants, homeless youth, and elderly persons whose senior citizens' allowance is not enough for their daily maintenance. And when there is not enough money to buy bread for the children, they have no sandwiches that they can take with them to school. Each day, Karmei Ha'ir's volunteers distribute sandwiches in various schools in Jerusalem.
לא האמנתי שיכול להיות מצב כזה שאנשים אין להם מה לתת לילד בתוך הסנדוויץ' או לתת לו סנדוויץ' בכלל.
As a teacher myself, I know that there are children who don't have enough to eat. Sometimes they give them 2 slices of bread with nothing in it. Sometimes they don't give them at all. And the children say they missed the bus, that they didn't have time to buy, or whatnot, and they don't come with food. This is also a great idea to help the needy children in Jerusalem.
So that every school child will have a sandwich to eat at the 10 a.m. break. Nor are handicapped persons who are confined to their homes left out of the picture. Karmei Ha'ir's angels visit their homes with a hot, nourishing meal. All of these wonderful activities are funded solely from the donations of generous private individuals. Let us open our hearts. Let us give our souls to ensure that not one person in Jerusalem will in future have to go to bed hungry.
זוהר באור הרע, מסתכל לי דרכך עליי.
It took 2.5 years to put together, but the finished product is full of stories and recipes from Holocaust survivors. Author Joanne Karas joins us this morning with more. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for having us.
A title like that, and obviously there's a lot more than this being just an ordinary recipe book, right?
Yes, it is. This is a book about 129 miracles. They're all Holocaust survivors. And what they did was they gave us a family recipe that they would like to have go down in history with their stories of how they survived and how they made their tables full again.
Wow. And the proceeds for the book also going to go.
Yes, and it's going to go to the Soup Kitchen, Karma Ha'ir in Israel. So we're taking people that starved in Auschwitz, that through this book they're being honored, and then they're giving money to a soup kitchen who will feed people in 2007.
Okay, so now today you're actually making one of those recipes. And
yes, it's on the front
bread?
cover. Yes, it is.
Love
and
that.
This is a traditional Jewish bread that is made on Fridays and is served at the Shabbat dinner. And they usually say a blessing over it to start out. But what I'd like to do, and what makes this bread different than other breads, is that it is braided. So it's a bread that's made with yeast. I've proofed my yeast. The recipe is in the cookbook,
okay,
and you want to make sure.
Yeah,
so that's all done.
Okay.
And so if you can get your hands ready with me,
sure.
I'm going to show you just what we're going to do.
Okay.
And then we have one for you to all eat here. All right, so we have our 4 pieces.
Okay.
And this is the 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to take 1, connect it to 2.
I see you moving it around, so I'm moving it around.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to connect 1 that you're going to throw on that side.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, 1 to 2.
Okay.
And then connect 3 and connect 4. And now you're going to take 1 over top of 2.
Okay.
And then under 3.
Okay.
And then you're going to go over 4. And now you start back with 1.
Oh, okay.
1 over 2.
How come I already messed up?
Well, keep going. Just
okay.
All right.
Don't worry about it. Huh?
All right. So let's see. All right.
I messed up already.
Okay. So let's
Joanne,
take this one.
What am I
under and
okay.
over.
Oh, that's what I need you here
over
for.
and under.
Look how you
and
fix
over.
it up.
And we're going to push this. We're going to pull
I don't
it
know
out.
how fast you just.
Okay, there we go.
It's a puzzle.
And now let me just show you what we have after it's cooked.
It's really not that difficult.
Oh, the smell in your kitchen. This is so wonderful.
I have a way of making it look more difficult than it really is, Joanne.
That
was not difficult.
No, not at all.
Look how beautiful
And this is a beautiful bread. Now, what makes mine a little bit different in our family?
We've got about a minute left.
Yeah, I'm going to let you do this.
Okay.
Is while you're doing this, I'd like to tell you about some of the stories
Please.
of the families in them.
You want me to just
Yeah,
switch
I'll
it?
let you do that.
Okay, we'll switch.
We have a family that's from Baltimore that the family was separated. The mother and father were separated, and the mother went to Auschwitz. They took their daughter, and she was killed. After the war, they found each other in DP camp. They started their family all over again. And the amazing thing is they had 2 beautiful daughters, and they're never bitter. They felt like that God had blessed them to find each other again and get to start their families all over and bring their table to be full again. And that family now has, they have 4 grandchildren and 2 daughters, and that is Marlene Sussman from Baltimore.
Wow, how about
It's
that?
a wonderful story that they have shared
Some great
with us.
recipes to go
Great
with some great
recipes.
stories. And we thank you for being here, Joanne.
Thank you so very much.
Get involved in feeding God's hungry people around the world. Please help.